So, good afternoon class. I am your teachers today. So, first of all, kindly pick up the pieces of paper under your chair. Thank you. And please arrange your chair accordingly. Yes. And then, who want to lead the prayer? Okay, please. Okay, thank you so much for your participation. um, in your previous lesson, what is your um, what is your insights or understanding about um, gender inequality? Okay, please. Yes, that is correct. So, do you have a do you want a activity class? So, okay, let's go. So, this activity called brainstorming session. So, here's the mechanics of the game. Please read, everyone. Okay, so the mechanics is the students list down everything they know about gender and gender roles. Then ask them to identify instances where they observe unequal treatment based on gender. So you have I guess it is enough in 5 minutes. So okay. Okay. So let's proceed. So what is your what did you observe on unequal treatment based on gender inequality? So anyone from the class? Okay, yes. Unequal treatment is a bias. So when do you really think, class, when did this happen in unequal treatment on the gender? Yes, public places. Yes, school. Where else? At home? Maybe. So yes, that is all correct. So, do you have any idea what is our topic for today? But, okay. But, I have here another activity. So, I want you to enjoy it. So, this activity calls role playing. Role playing. So, here's the mechanics. The class will be divided into two groups. Each group will be given 10 minutes for their presentation about gender inequalities. So I guess that is enough time to prepare your presentation in front of our class. Say, okay, I'll give you, your time starts now. Okay, thank you so much for your participation in this activity. So before we move on, here are my objective in this topic. So please read, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. So the objective of this topic is, at the end of the discussion, students will be able to define gender inequality and identify its various forms. Analyze the root causes of gender inequality. The third one is evaluate the impact of gender inequality on individuals and society. So, for more info, here's our topic. Gender inequality. Again, please read. Yes. Stand up. Okay, thank you so much. So, gender inequality refers to the unequal treatment of or perception of individuals based on their gender. It manifests in various aspects of life, creating systematic disadvantage for one gender, typically women, but also affecting men in certain contexts. So, let's let's explore some key areas. So, I have here a one of the aspects. So, the number one is in education. So, as we all know naman, di ba? In education, there is a some of biases, I guess. No, but not biases. Unequal treatment. So in education, some of the schools here in the Philippines are um, experiencing this unequal treatment from the circle of education. So education, so inequality. Girls and women often face barriers to assessing education, including limited opportunities, cultural norms, prioritizing boys' education, lack of safe and supportive learning environments. So this leads to lower literacy rates, fewer opportunities for higher education, and reduced economic prospects. So, what is the example of this? Um, what is the example of this? So, I got here the example of that aspects. Please read, everyone. Thank you so much. So, in example, in some parts of the world, girls are forced into early marriage or child labor. So, what do we mean by this? So, it says that some parts of the world, girls are forced into early marriage or child labor. So, in the other parts of our world, there is a called that contract marriage, and then the woman is forced to marry a boy who are rich to to fulfill to fulfill their parents' needs, their lives. So do you agree with this mindset? Of course no, because here in our time we are equal at all. So next is preventing them from attending school, even even in countries with an universal education. Girls may be less like to pursue STEM fields due to societal expectation and biases. So yes. So the second this is the second unemployment. I put here. So please read, everyone. So inequality. Women often face gender pay gaps, limited career advancement opportunities, occupational segregation, concentration in lower paying jobs, and discrimination in hiring and promotion. So, in the past few years, this is the common experience of the woman. So they may also bear this disproportionate burden of unpaid care work, hindering their ability to participate fully in the workforce. So what is the example for this? So I have here the example of these key features. So, a woman with the same qualifications and experience as male colleague may earn less in the same role. She may also encounter a glass ceiling. Glass ceiling. So preventing her from reaching senior management position. So yes. So maybe let's tanggal this. Wait. The third one is violent harassment. So, inequality. Women and girls experience disproportionately high rates of gender-based violence, including domestic violence, sexual assault, and harassment. This violence has devastating physical and psychological consequences and perpetuates inequality. So, what do you mean? What do we mean by this? Violence and harassment. So, in the past few years, most of the girls have experienced this harassment, even in public places, school, office, and in domestic, like such as OFW. So they experience this violence and harassment. So what is the example of this? So I have the example of this number 3 key features. So please read, everyone. So women may be subjected to domestic abuse, sexual harassment in the workplace, or online harassment. Do you agree with that? Yes. So all of which limit their freedom, safety, and participation in society. So last but not the least, I have here the number 4 key features of this. Wait a minute. So, can we please read, everyone? So, legal rights and representation. So, inequality, women may face legal discrimination in areas such as property ownership, inheritance, and divorce. So, they may also have limited access to legal protection and justice when facing gender-based violence or discrimination. So, in the past few years, the woman there has they have a rights but limited. So they now have they have a limited access to legal protection. So they are used to be weak at their time. So in this time, we are all equal. So the next is, the example of this is, in some legal system, women have fewer rights than men. See, regarding property ownership, custody of children after divorce. So when they have a land or they have a children after their divorce, the women have fewer rights than men. So they may also encounter difficulty assessing legal assistance to address gender-based violence. So nag-struggle. So I guess, did you learn something for today? Yes? So I have another no. So this is the overall example of this. Can you read, everyone? So This example illustrates the pervasive nature of gender inequality. Addressing these inequalities requires multifaceted approaches including legal forms, educational initiatives, economic empowerment programs, and cultural shifts to challenge harmful stereotypes and biases. So I guess do you learn something for today's discussion? So I have here um, I know that you want another activity, so here we are. Okay, so how to play? Same group earlier. The students will role play about the impact and discrimination of gender inequalities. So, as we all know naman, di ba? Klaro naman kita. Same group earlier, the students will role play about the impact of discrimination of gender inequalities. So, I will give you a 10 minutes to prepare your role-playing strategies. Yes? Okay, so thank you so much for your participation. And lastly, I have here another activity. So, here's the mechanics of this activity. In the same group of the last activity, students will write a short essay, reflecting on what they have learned about gender inequality. So they will also propose a specific action they can take to promote gender equality in their own lives and communities. So, based on these mechanics, you have to write a short essay to reflect what have you learned from our discussion and to promote gender equality in your lives and communities. So do we agree with that? So I'll giving you a 10 minutes also. So your time starts now. Okay, thank you so much. So, before we end our discussion, I have here an assignment to continue your learning at your home. So, before we go to assignment, let's see what is the criteria of our latest activity. So the criteria of our latest activity is organization of thoughts 15%, accuracy 20%, relevance of idea 20%, and overall content 45% of the total of 100%. So the assignment is, here's the mechanics. The students will research some possible action to prevent discrimination about gender inequalities. So, you have to research some of the sources, and in Monday you can have a explanation here in front of our class. So, here's the criteria. Own idea 15%, creativity 20%, relevance of ideas 20%, overall content 45% of the total of 100%. So I guess you have learned today you have learned something today from our discussion. So again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's call day goodbye, everyone.